Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worry at the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear that pitter-pat? And that happy tune is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade, but I'm not afraid, 'cause this rover crossed over. If I ever make a cent, I'll be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust in my feet on the sunny side, the sunny side, oh, the sunny, the visionary side of the street.
What a way to start the evening. Leave it to a visionary to set the tone. Denise Times, you have placed us on the right track this evening and put us in the mood for a celebration. Thanks to you, we are well on our way in grand style. Good evening. My name is Tanya Beasley-Jolly, and I'm delighted to be one of your co-hosts for the 2021 St. Louis Visionary Awards Evening of Celebration, honoring women in the arts. A little bit later, you're going to meet my good friend and fellow co-host, Penny Pennington. We couldn't be happier to share this evening with you. This evening has been a long time coming. The women you are about to meet were nominated and selected to be honored in 2020. You remember 2020, right? We were looking forward to our 6-year festivities and had planned a very exciting evening. And then the unthinkable happened, and the world was placed on hold. Our honorees took it in stride. That's what visionaries do. But enough is enough, and rather than attempt to predict when the all clear was going to be sounded, we made the decision to move forward with our virtual celebration. So get ready for a night of inspiration. I have one of the most pleasant tasks of the evening, and that is thanking all of our sponsors who made this evening possible. We couldn't do it without your support and the people who believe in our dreams and willingly invest in it. So we are very, very grateful. We celebrate all of our sponsors, but I would like to recognize our presenting sponsors: Centene Charitable Foundation, Edward Jones, Noemi and Michael Nydorf, and Spire.
Thank you, Tanya. I'm Penny Pennington, and I'm honored to serve with Tanya as a co-host for this evening. I've had the pleasure of attending the Visionary Awards many times in person. While I wish we could be gathering together again this year, it's still a personal thrill for me to be able to share with you the stories of the 6 incredible women tonight. Each year that I've sat in the audience for the annual recognition event, I've found myself in awe of the talent and life stories of the honorees. Our theme this year is verve. Verve isn't exactly a household word, but I can promise you by the end of this evening, you won't be able to get it out of your head. Verve isn't just a word, it's a feeling, a sensation, maybe even a state of mind. Think of verve as spirit, enthusiasm, energy, passion, vitality, color, pizzazz, or my favorite, oomph. It even makes your mouth tingle when you say the word verve. The women that you're about to meet have verve. Each one in her own way personifies some aspect of that word. From their diverse backgrounds and with their array of talents, gifts, and passions, they are artful weavers of the cultural and social tapestry that we proudly acknowledge in St. Louis. Tonight, you're not just going to hear about their very substantial accomplishments. We're a pretty curious bunch, so to get to know them even better, we asked them to answer 4 questions. Name something about you that people would be surprised to know. Other than your existing talents, what additional talents would you most like to have? What was your favorite toy when you were a child? And if you could have dinner with anyone, living or dead, who would it be and why? So we can't wait to share some of the answers with you. To all of our returning guests and to our new audience members, welcome. Sit back, relax, and prepare for all the verve that's coming your way. Community. What does that word mean to you? And what does it mean to us together? How do we protect what's most precious about community, and how do we make it better? Those questions are bound to come to mind when reviewing our first honoree's very substantial list of accomplishments. Pacia's work in her community is profound, textured, and steeped in the belief that there is divinity in all of us. She successfully blends her passion for her work, her value system rooted in the church, and her respect and love for the people she serves into a body of work that is uniquely hers. What a gift to the community, St. Louis, and to our region. Pacia is a spoken word artist, a teaching artist, a creative consultant, and a community development strategist with numerous organizations, both locally and nationally. Her current community practice seeks to uplift the work of neighborhood and youth-based initiatives like Cherokee Street Reach, Good Journey Development Foundation, URB Arts, and Freedom Arts Education Center. Pacia is also a liaison for the Great Rivers Greenway Artists of Color Council and a consulting artist and national workshop facilitator. She's played key roles in the development of the Gravois Jefferson Historic Neighborhoods Plan and is a Cherokee Street Development League board member. I have a feeling that Pacia is about to teach most of us another new word, because when asked what talent she would like to have, her reply was, now get ready for this, synesthesia. Synesthesia is a neurological condition that, among other things, gives you the ability to see colors that align to different sounds. So imagine being able to see the colors of music. Pacia, your body of work reflects how you feel about your community in no uncertain terms. Thank you for your commitment, your voice, and that spark in you that you so freely share. And by the way, we're looking forward to that poetry collection. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2020-2021 Visionary Community Impact Artist, Pacia Elaine Anderson.
I grew up a girl among many women, Black women, who tended to the wounds of the afflicted. I fetched water for them as they carried water for others. I was always intrigued, awestruck even, by watching them lay hands on people, on objects, on the empty air. Although I didn't always understand it, it felt like those fantasy books I used to read had come to life. Seeing them feed multitudes with little more than beans and rice, spend hours sitting in jails or fostering children, gathering community in communion to celebrate, to mourn, to uplift, to hold to account, taking possession and, yes, struggling against the darkness within themselves, moving defiantly against the labels and constrictions placed upon them, living in a society that not only does not value Black women, but actively seeks to destroy them. I watched them rise above it all, and the thing that has remained with me as a root of that memory is deep gratitude that these women taught me the value of contribution, collectivity, kindness, and community. Through both their actions and direct teachings, I was taught that everything we do matters, and that this impact is most deeply felt when done in the service of others. It didn't make sense to me then, a foster kid growing up in a world that felt so big and unkind. But I now know and appreciate that those lessons were intentional, that the places from which they operated were far from arbitrary. They were carrying forward the collective, connective, sensitive, rhythmic optimism intrinsic to humanity. And they did it on purpose, with purpose. They understood that we grow best when we grow together. And now I carry these teachings with me, these principles and values of Umoja, Kujichagulia, Ujima, Ujamaa, Nia, Kuumba, and Imani as I work to develop myself and to advance our culture while prioritizing doing my best to be of benefit to others. These values, which are as ancient as humanity is old, are what I eventually grew to understand as part of our history passed down through them to me and that I now pass forward. These same women who first discovered and nurtured my artistic gifts helped me to see that this art is my pathway to doing just that. Without the community, there is no me. I give deep gratitude for being named Community Impact Artist for 2020-2021. Thank you to the St. Louis Visionary Awards Committee and to the honorees who have come before me and walked in this light. To my family and cultural community for holding and teaching me what community truly is in action. Thank you deeply to my daughter, Heaven, who reminds me every day of my purpose here in this life. To my teachers for their patience and mentors for their guidance, to my Gravois Park neighborhood and my Cherokee Street comrades, to every youth and elder who has allowed me the opportunity to commune through art and use imagination skillfully to move us forward. And a very special, special thanks to the elements of my existence, my mama, Dorothy Anderson, my baba, Arthur Cross, and to my granny clan, Mildred Cross, my water, Alice Jean, my fire, to my mama, Kathleen Gully, my rock, and Elizabeth McDaniel, my air. I give praise and thanks to you for being my first examples of majesty, of art, and of community. Thank you.
Art, shake hands with science. Math, you've met your match. This could be the start of something really big. And indeed it is. These relationships manifested in the art that our next honoree produces push boundaries, spark our imaginations, and cause us to wonder at the magnitude of this art form. Ellie's work is paradoxical. The ways in which she marries art and mathematics result in installations that are interactive in nature. Here's an interesting fact. Ellie's work centers around mathematics, but she isn't a mathematician. She also creates musical scores, but she can't read music. A paradox, right? Ellie is inspired by data as a means to ignite conversation and investigation. The interactive nature of the large-scale works that she creates allow people to experience a connection to space and to each other. Her murals can be experienced throughout New York City, Argentina, Thailand, Senegal, and of course, here in St. Louis. When asked about her favorite toy when she was growing up, she replied, Barbies, always Barbies. Ellie, you have added another dimension to public art. We are so glad that you've come back to your hometown of St. Louis, and we are so proud to claim you and your international footprint. We look forward to experiencing more of your contributions to the artistic and cultural landscape of our city and the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2020-2021 emerging artist, Ellie Balk.
Thank you for that kind introduction. I'm so honored and humbled to be selected for this award. I didn't come into my art career in a traditional way. I didn't always ask for crayons as a kid, and I didn't take art classes in school. I'm so fortunate that people saw in me what I could not see in myself. When I was 17, I lost connection to the world around me. There was an art therapist named Jerry who saw the power of art in me and gave me the keys to an art closet. She put trust in me at a time that I didn't believe that I deserved to be trusted. I embraced that responsibility, and it opened up an opportunity to create and express things that I didn't have words for. Through this experience, art became a tool for connection to the world around me. This planted a seed that took a while to sprout, but at 23, I moved to Ohio to study art therapy. I soon dropped the therapy part and focused on the art part, and that's where I found the study of aesthetics. Have you ever learned something new and it completely flipped the way that you see the world? When I first read Walter Benjamin's The Work of Art in the Age of Mechanical Reproduction, I was awakened. He spoke about the lack of authenticity in an artwork when we see it in reproduction. He says, even the most perfect reproduction of a work of art is lacking in one element, its presence in time and space, its unique existence at the place where it happens to be. I'm inspired by the idea that we can create art that belongs to more than just a space. It can belong to the community. I love designing ways to get people to find connections with each other. Public art is in line with my ideas of making art present and authentic to the experience of now. I like that murals are somewhat temporary. They're not precious, they're open to the elements, and they allow us to interact and collaborate. Murals create ownership for everyone involved. They're specific to a place, an experience, while carrying the power to transform a landscape. I like the idea of taking work off the pedestal and putting it onto the street. I use data to make connections to a community and to a space. I get energized by visualizing data we cannot see, revealing emotions, patterns, connections that the world would otherwise be hidden in numbers. I love how this invites people in to create a deeper, more personal connection with the content where something can be learned, solved, and discovered. I'm inspired by limitations. I enjoy working with students, stakeholders, and community members to find ways to integrate their ideas into concepts that can create authentic community engagement. I believe that art has so much power in the way that it can connect people. All of this mirrors my experience in St. Louis. I've been honored to work with many students, community organizations, non-for-profits, art institutions, private investors, corporate entities, with an openness and a gift of letting me facilitate visual connections. I want to recognize and send my appreciation to all the people who see in me the things that I cannot see in myself. Thank you so much.
A question for you. What happens when you cross a teacher who's guided by the belief that you can teach anything through art with a performing artist who's had a decades-long love affair with the theater, with a community builder and overall lover of humanity? Your answer? Our next honoree, Kathryn Bentley. Kathryn is an associate professor of theater and director of the Black Studies program at Southern Illinois University. She's also been the artistic director of SIUE's Black Theater Workshop since 2006. But that's just the beginning. Kathryn's career as a performing artist has spanned several decades, and she is committed to utilizing her artistry as a way to challenge, inspire, and build community through shared experiences. No one knows better than Kathryn how art can transform lives and stimulate change. She's been the artistic director of Bread and Roses, Missouri since 2018. She's the founder of Fertile Ground Creative, a company committed to creating compassionate artistic experiences to activate social change. Kathryn is the quintessential teacher. Just ask some of the hundreds of students who credit her with transforming them from being timid on the stage to becoming poised, self-assured, and fearless actors. She's no stranger to the stage herself. She's performed and directed with numerous theater companies regionally and nationally, most recently directing the 2019 Shakespeare in the Streets production, Love at the River's Edge. A talent she would most like to have? She reports that she would love to be able to time travel. When asked who she would love to have dinner with, Kathryn was quick to respond that it was her maternal grandmother, that she would be her dining companion of choice. She passed away when her mother was only 8 years old, but her mother still remembers that her last words to her and her sister were, "You all be good girls." Kathryn, thank you for being the ultimate role model for aspiring actors and the students you teach. You are a dream catcher, and those who dare to share their dreams with you are lucky beyond description. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the 2020-2021 Outstanding Working Artist, Kathryn Bentley.
Thank you to the members of the Visionary Awards Selection Committee for this recognition. I am honored to be named the Visionary Awards Outstanding Working Artist. I am standing here as a Black woman, the descendant of enslaved Africans, as the daughter of Judy and Herbert, the granddaughter of Annabelle, Jack, Catherine, Alice, and Eugene, the sister of Herbie and Karen, the mother of Essence, the niece and cousin of a loving extended family. I am beyond grateful for the encouragement and support that I have received from my village. I was told by my parents to do what I love, and I have been blessed to be able to do that for over 5 decades. I am so grateful for them. They continue to model what living a fulfilled life looks like by their years of dedication to the health and wellness of the St. Louis community. I am fueled with gratitude today for parents who put me and my sister in dance school at Pelagie Green Wren Academy of Dance when I was 8 years old, and who didn't discourage me when my passion for the arts continued to grow into my young adult years. I am so grateful for my artistic family that encompasses some of the most creative and loving people that anyone would be blessed to know. I am grateful for my first theater home, the St. Louis Black Rep, for my Pomosia Theater Workshop sisters, and for the community that nurtured me early in my life. For 10 of my most formative years, I lived in New York, and it was there that I truly learned what it means to be a working artist. Beyond the auditions, classes, temp work, and rehearsals, I met my New York family of artists who showed me how powerful it can be to take control of your own artistic career. My sister Stephanie Barry of Blackberry Productions welcomed me into that Harlem family and changed my life forever. I became a teaching artist. I started writing curriculum for arts-based programming. I started directing. My growth over that time was meteoric. My life, post-New York, over these last 20 years has continued to exemplify that the growth does not stop. Coming back home showed me that I must continue to expand who I am as an artist and a person, no matter where I am. I have developed an even larger St. Louis family of artists, some who I have known before New York and some that I met after. I must say, I have some fiercely talented folks in my circle. I stand here in gratitude to my artist ancestors, Theo Jameson, Linda Kennedy, Jennifer Beavers, Charles Kreth, Lisa Colbert, and Cecilia Antoinette. I stand in gratitude to my artistic sisters and brothers, Hassie Davis, Anita Jackson, Jacqueline Thompson, Andrea Purnell, Fannie Levy, Kevin Michael Kennedy, Elton Beckett, Thomasina Clark, Vivian Watt, Mariah Richardson, Colin McLaughlin, the Bread and Roses Workers Theater, and my little brother, Barry Moten. Lastly, I stand in gratitude to my daughter, Essence Anissa Tyler, to whom I dedicate this award. Thank you for choosing me to be your mother this lifetime. You are the absolute joy of my life. Don't ever forget from whence you come. Always follow your heart, do what you love, and make your ancestors proud. Thank you.
Major contributors to the arts are special people. They provide the scaffolding for the visions and dreams of our organizations. Their generosity is driven by a philanthropic impulse that transcends day-to-day needs. They push the envelope and they leave their mark on the organizations they serve. Not only do they embrace the mission, they live and they breathe it. Service, they get it. If the dictionary were illustrated, Linda's picture would surely be featured beside the word volunteer. No one understands and embraces the value of selfless service like Linda. She is all in when it comes to advancing the missions of the organization she loves and serves. She understands that her service is essential and she happily rises to the cause. Acknowledging all of the organizations that are proud to claim her would take an inordinate amount of time. So I will just highlight a few of her accomplishments. Currently, she serves on the board of the Arts and Education Council. She was the founder and first president of the Assistance League of St. Louis. She has held board positions on the Association of Major Symphony Orchestras, the Artist Presentation Society, the Bach Society of St. Louis. I'm getting tired just saying this. The Community Music School, the St. Louis Symphony, and the St. Louis Symphony Volunteer Association. Linda, you do a lot. Wait. But there's more. Linda's contributions haven't gone unacknowledged. Awards and recognition include Women of Achievement, Association of Fundraising Professionals as the Outstanding Fundraising Volunteer, the Green Room Award from the St. Louis Symphony, and recognition as founder of Assistance League's 30th anniversary. We are thrilled to add Visionary to your list of achievements. People might be surprised to know that Linda was once the owner of a women's retail store for many years and a talent she would like to have. She wanted to be a great singer. Linda, there are not enough words to thank you. Your investment is from your heart and your head. It doesn't get any better than that. We wish that we could clone you. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Linda Lee as the 2020-2021 Visionary Major Contributor to the Arts.
I want to say thank you to Visionary Awards of St. Louis for this honor. It is a privilege to be among the current honorees as well as past recipients. These are amazing women, and I am so honored to be part of this group. The arts have always been important to me, so much that before moving to St. Louis 36 years ago, I called the St. Louis Symphony Volunteer Association office and joined the Volunteer Association on the spot. I had been active in the same type of organization in Omaha and knew I wanted to continue this area of volunteerism. My association with the symphony grew over the years, and I can proudly say that there has been no gap for the past 36 years. Other volunteer opportunities in the arts came along, and when I was asked to serve on the Webster University Music School Advisory Board, which indirectly helped me affect young people. Explore Music, an education program for CMS, provided the perfect opportunity to bring the music of other cultures to the CMS students. It has been a great joy to have served on the board for the Artist Presentation Society and the National Society of Arts and Letters. These two organizations dedicate themselves to helping young and adult artists move forward with their careers in music by providing a significant honorarium to winners of an annual competition. The Arts and Education Council opened a whole new area of the arts to me. Serving on the Grants Committee has introduced me to so many programs that have a focus on enriching the lives of children and young people. Many organizations, new and old, have benefited from the financial support A&E has given. The Bach Society of St. Louis brings the beautiful music of Johann Sebastian Bach to the community and reaches many young people through its education programs. Through the Bach Festival, collaborations with other organizations, different genres are brought together, many of which would never guess would be a match. Those who know me know that Assistance League of St. Louis has a very special place in my heart. It is a social service organization run by all volunteers. Operation School Bell is a program that provides new uniform-type clothing to more than 3,000 school-age children. Bingo! I saw this as another perfect opportunity to bring the arts to the kids while they were waiting to be fitted for their new clothes at the Assistance League headquarters. Just before COVID, we had presentations by Instrument Playground from the St. Louis Symphony Volunteer Association. A docent from Opera Theater had the kids dancing to Carmen. A music teacher leading the kids in their version of the 12 Days of Christmas, and two professional storytellers piqued the students' interest in storytelling. I have my antennas out for possibilities for next year and have many ideas. COVID has clearly interrupted the efforts of arts organizations, but they have managed to stay relevant through Zoom and other online opportunities. Yay for computers. Thank you again, St. Louis Visionary Awards. My life has been enriched as a result of working within the various organizations.
Our next honoree is a self-proclaimed huge sports fan across NFL, NBA, NHL, and MLB from her hometown of Boston. As she notes, you can take the girl out of Boston, but you can't eradicate the city teams from her heart. Well, Lisa, at least you bleed red. Lisa Melandri leads the region's premier contemporary non-collecting arts institution, the Contemporary Art Museum. Since joining CAM in 2012, she has introduced St. Louis to contemporary art. She wasted no time in making the museum accessible to the city. One of her most impactful moves in 2013 was to make the museum free and open to all. Under her direction, CAM has become one of St. Louis's most welcoming and stimulating living rooms where no one is left out. It is a gathering place where people of all ages are invited to learn and engage with others about the art of our time. Lisa has also expanded the museum's reach into the community through innovative education programs. Learning and engagement initiatives are central to CAM's mission, providing programs to better serve St. Louis's public school students and teachers, as well as offering art opportunities to CAM's immediate neighbors. Lisa has expanded the range of where and how art is exhibited. Whether inside or outside the museum, visitors are invited to dozens of free programs each year at the museum. She has also made the museum's learning and engagement initiative central to the museum's mission. Lisa, what a gift you've given to St. Louis. By opening the doors to the museum to the public, you've opened up new horizons of possibility. Young and old are now able to venture into previously uncharted places in their minds and are able to access the healing and exhilarating powers of art. Rest assured that your dream of making art accessible to the city was our dream as well. Thank you for helping to make that come true. Please join me in celebrating Lisa Melandri as the 2020-2021 Outstanding Arts Professional.
It is truly humbling to receive this award, especially because of this extraordinary cohort, the incredible women who make the arts dynamic and impactful and who make a real difference in St. Louis. It is an honor and a privilege to be recognized among such an inspiring and distinguished group. Thank you. I'm receiving the award in the category of Arts Professional, and I must tell you that I have a job I truly love. And that's because I get to make space for artists. At the Contemporary Art Museum, St. Louis, this means changing the museum inside and out for every exhibition. Walls are built or taken down, the facade becomes a video screen, a garden levitates in the courtyard, soundscapes transfigure even the restrooms, and the white box can become an earthen shelter. At CAM, we create transformational spaces where artists' visions can be fulfilled, where their imagination can become material. We do this because art is important and because we know what art can do for individuals, for communities, for a city. Although artists are often considered at the fringes of society, I see them at the very center. They make sense of a senseless world. They travel across time, geographies, cultures, and media. Artists create portals. They offer access to our emotions. They salve our pain, calm us, offer beauty and joy. But they also provide us reflections of ourselves and our time, which may not be beautiful or joyful, but can incite us and make us recognize what we have neglected, ignored, or denied. Which leads me to another essential part of my job, to make contemporary art accessible, because the art of our time is so important and the artist's vision matters in so many ways. I believe everyone must be given the chance to see it, interact with it, and be exposed to it. Bringing care to the considerations of accessibility are central to CAM's mission. Meaningful engagement with art is just as essential as the art itself. Museums have a lot of rules. So at CAM, we spend a great deal of time thinking about expanding the museum's parameters so we may offer a space not known for its limits, but for its possibilities, for the quality of accommodations to artists, to art, to audiences, and to experiences. To infuse an open spirit of welcome in all we do helps draw art and the artist to the center of our society, where they should be. Because when artists are at the center, society is just plain better.
When we asked our last honoree to name something that people would be surprised to know about her, she gave a pretty ordinary answer until the end. She's the youngest of 3 sisters, check. She's very industrious, check, check. She had 2 pet monkeys growing up, bingo. Haniny, we wanted to hear more. Reading her bio is like reading a romance novel between her and her community. Hanini's bio reflects her profound love and pride in what she has been able to accomplish since moving from Bolivia to the United States in the 1960s. We can't blame her, for she has truly left her imprint on the heart of the community. Underneath that soft and loving heart lies the drive of an innovator on a mission. Fortunately for us, the mission was grounded in the belief that the Hispanic community and culture is as important and beautiful part of the fabric of St. Louis. Its culture, its traditions, its artistry and history have been showcased through Hanini's work. Haniny is a founding member of the Hispanic Leaders Group and the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Thanks to her leadership, they continue to flourish. In 1994, she founded the nonprofit Hispanic Festival, Inc., a 100% volunteer-run organization. Currently, this organization coordinates the largest Hispanic festivals in St. Louis area, and money raised goes towards college scholarships for underprivileged Hispanic and non-Hispanic families. She proudly reports that to date she has raised and given back over $500,000 in scholarships. Not surprising, her accomplishments have not gone unnoticed. Most recently, in 2019, she was awarded the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Lifetime Achievement Award, the City of St. Louis Pioneer Award, and the Making a Difference Award from the St. Louis Minority Advocacy Coalition. Haniny, thank you for bringing awareness and exposure to literally thousands of Hispanic artisans in our city. Because of you, St. Louis can point with pride to another vibrant and brilliant thread in the culture and artistic fabric of our city. The Lifetime Achievement Award is a very, very special award. We don't award it every year. It is reserved for a woman who has had a long and distinguished career in the arts and has made a lasting impact in her field. Your history of sustained accomplishments, your passion and your commitment, your verve, all add up to your being a truly worthy recipient of this award. Please join me in congratulating Haniny Hillberg, the 2020-2021 recipient of the Visionary Lifetime Achievement Award.
Good afternoon. Muy buenas tardes. I'm very honored to be a recipient of this distinguished Visionary Award. I am so privileged to be standing here. I'm originally from La Paz, Bolivia, South America. As the year passed, I missed my Hispanic heritage. I also had the desire to share my culture with the community at large. 26 years ago, I met an official from Fowles Park who offered me a huge amount of $1,000 to do a Hispanic festival at the park. Little did I know that $1,000 would not go far toward a festival. I recruited 2 of my best friends with a huge amount of $1,000 and started planning how to achieve this festival. Fortunately, we had children who we were able to put in charge of many activities, such as dancing and entertainment, organized children's activities, cooking and selling Hispanic food, and selling Hispanic culture merchandise. Naturally, as time passed, our children became leaders and the backbone of the festival. From these humble beginnings, the Hispanic Festival has grown and expanded to become one of the largest free events in the St. Louis area. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, the committee members of the festival, for their countless hours of volunteering work. I would also like to extend a special thanks to my daughter Elisa, who sits in the front row as my cheerleader, my right hand, and my huge counselor and advisor through good and bad times. Also, a special thank you to the visionaries who pamper us with their thoughtfulness and support during this pandemic time. Muchas gracias and thank you.
Thank you for sharing this evening with us. And honorees, thank you for teaching us a thing or two about Verve. Your commitment to the arts it's truly inspiring. It has been our pleasure to host you this evening. We look forward to being with you next year and for many, many years to come as we celebrate many more visionary women. Good night from all of us.